There are two types of body fat, brown body fat and white body fat. And after watching this video, you'll know enough about body fat to be able to confidently step into an operating room, snap on some surgical gloves, and liposuction a patient yourself. Okay, maybe not quite that. Better leave that to the lipo specialists here at Seia, but you will be one step closer to understanding what's really happening in your body when you gain weight, lose weight, or get liposuction. We're going to cover one type of body fat at a time, and I'm going to talk about where these types of body fats are found, what they do, and what they're made of. We'll also talk about which kind of these body fats plastic surgeons focus on when they liposuction a patient. And before we're through, we're going to sprinkle in some fun facts about fat. For example, do you know what brown body fat has to do with brown bears? Well, you will after watching this video. Hi, I'm Jessie with Seia, the lipo specialist, and today we're going to answer the question, what is body fat? Okay, let's start with brown body fat. Brown body fat is found on your neck and in the area between your shoulders. It can also be found on your chest and down the middle of the back along your spine. Brown body fat has one special job. When you're out in the cold, one of the things that keeps your body warm is your brown body fat. It turns on and starts making your body hotter so you don't get too cold. Right now, you're looking at a before and after image of the inside of a person's body. On the left side, they're not cold at all. And on the right side, you can see that the brown body fat has been turned on around their neck and chest. Remember when I mentioned brown body fat and brown bears? Well, brown bears eat a ton of food leading up to winter. And when it starts getting really cold, they go into dens and caves and basically just starve and nod in and out of sleep for several months. It's called hibernation. During this time, their bodies largely shut down, which allows them to survive without eating for so long. But a body that is largely shut down can easily get too cold. And guess what keeps their temperature up? Brown body fat. Now, brown body fat does not get a bunch of love or attention because it actually doesn't have anything to do with weight. You don't really gain it or lose it. But next time you're outside and feeling chilly, you'll know that your brown body fat is turned on and working hard to keep you warm. With that covered, let's now move on to white body fat. This type of fat does many important things for you. You can find white fat all over your body, right under your skin. You can also find it surrounding your stomach, lungs, heart, kidneys, and all of the important parts that keep you alive. And even though you find this kind of fat all over your body, it's only the white body fat under your skin that surgeons work with when doing liposuction. The reason it's called white body fat is simple. If you open up a person's body and look inside, the fat's actual color is white or a palish yellow. One really important thing that white body fat does is to cushion your body in case it gets hit. Body fat is better at protecting us from getting hit than muscle or bones because it's softer. Imagine you're laying on your couch and a kid suddenly jumps on your stomach. Luckily, white body fat is there to absorb the impact and keep all the important organs inside your body safe. It will protect things like your stomach, kidneys, intestines, and more. White body fat also keeps your body warm in a way that is completely different from brown fat. The temperature inside your body is about 98 degrees, which is hopefully hotter than where you're sitting right now. So why doesn't the heat of your body escape into the room? Well, that's where white body fat comes in. As we mentioned before, every person has a layer of white body fat underneath their skin. If you didn't have body fat under your skin, your body would lose a lot of heat. There's something special about the way body fat is made that helps it keep heat inside of you. Here's another example of one of the many things that white body fat can do. Sometimes when you get hurt, like spraining an ankle, the area swells up, and that's actually a good thing. This also happens after surgery. At our practice, we explain to our patients ahead of time that swelling is totally normal and actually part of the healing process. White body fat plays an important role in that swelling. It sends out messages to other parts of your body to control how much swelling there is where the injury has occurred. Okay, so we've covered how body fat protects you if you get hit. We talked about how it keeps you warm and how it helps you heal if you get hurt. And now I've saved the best for last. Or at least the most popular for last. A very important thing that your white body fat does is store fat. That is, it stores some of the food that you eat as fat, which can lead to weight gain. This is the main reason why body fat gets all the attention that it does. As I mentioned in our last video, body fat is made up of fat cells, and we're talking about billions of fat cells that are clumped together all over our bodies. It is the white fat cells that store the fat, brown fat cells play no part in this. This is what a white fat cell looks like. When you eat food, not all, but some of the fat can end up going into these cells to be kept for later use. The more fat that white cells store, the bigger they get. An average size white fat cell can grow up to about 4 times its size. On the opposite sides of things, when you lose weight, there is less fat stored in your white cells. That means that the stored fat literally has to leave the cell, making them shrink in size. And if your fat cells are shrinking, that means your body fat is shrinking, and that means you are shrinking. Eating and exercise has a lot to do with your fat cells taking in more fat, or getting rid of it. In some ways, the growing and shrinking of fat cells is a very simple way of looking at weight gain and weight loss. What gets complicated is the science of what is leading these cells to store fat versus the cells getting rid of the fat that they already have inside of them. There are a ton of studies, different ideas, and even disagreements about all of this. So you can imagine that we have a whole other set of videos coming out just to cover these topics. Because of that, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. That way, every time we come out with a new video that can help you on whatever journey you're on, whether it's looking into plastic surgery, weight loss, or just understanding your body better, you'll be sure not to miss it. After you watch this full playlist about what fat is, you'll then be ready to understand the more complicated parts of weight gain and weight loss. And if you're interested in plastic surgery, it's especially important to understand the what is fat side of things. Now, there's one more thing that's important to mention. Yes, body fat is made mostly out of fat cells, but there are also other types of cells in there that are not fat cells at all, because white body fat is more than just white fat cells. It's technically called white adipose tissue. Adipose means fat, and the word tissue is referring to all of the other important stuff that's hanging around. So if you're ever watching another video about liposuction and you hear the term white adipose tissue, they're talking about white body fat and all of the different stuff that's actually in there. When our surgeons at Seia are performing Lipo 8, they pay extra attention to all of the other tissue because it's super important when it comes to a patient's safety. That's right, liposuction safety. Another reason to like and subscribe to this channel. Well, that's a wrap on body fat. In the next video, we're going to totally change the way that we look at our bodies by going microscopic. We're going to zoom deep into the cells that make up our body fat. You'll get to know the characters who are actually responsible for weight gain, weight loss, and luscious booties. So meet me over in the next video to find out what are fat cells and get your first glimpse of what burning fat actually is. Well, one of the 3 things it actually is. I will see you there.